Here we go. So, last we left off, we are in this alien city on the marker homeworld, and it turned out that the aliens were trying to stop the necromorphs. The necromorphs are trying to converge, and the way that they're converging is like doing the opposite of the lunar cry from Final Fantasy VIII. They're like forming together in this giant corpse moon in the sky. So the alien race built this giant machine to stop them from converging, and everybody has this notion that we should turn off the machine. Great plan, guys. Great plan. Probably actually not the best plan. Cool, yeah. That was Domo Robato's idea. He's the senior product manager at Twitch. Came in the other day about some posts I put on the Twitch user voice. I thought it was a good idea. The plan is once I finish getting OBS Studio set up, the donation goal will alternate with the Patreon scrolling shout out, but I might put that in a survey if people think that we don't need that anymore. Let's see. Probably will not be doing that anytime soon. It's part of my plan now.
This isn't the way, Isaac. There is a future for you, for all of us.
That was a late evening.
You can see them again, Isaac. Everyone you've lost along the way. It's a future with no regrets.
I have no regrets, Danik. One way or another, this will all be over soon.
Isaac!
Man, I wonder how I can do that. And I went through all these different timer programs. It turns out the only timer programs that are really good at saving your position at multiple times are speedrunning programs. So I'm using Live Split. I just only have one split on there, and that's beat the game. So we'll PB it, and we'll never come back and try it again. Hello. I can get super stasis. Oh, I can just pick them up and throw them. That's weird. PB is, let's see if I can turn this down. This is super loud. I thought I did it in, hold on one sec. I did it in Windows a second ago, but maybe it overrides its volume settings in the mixer once you start the game. Had that problem before. PB means personal best. It's a speedrunner term. It did change its volume. Wow, what a bastard thing to do. I guess after you boot the game and load your save, it like takes whatever the in-game sound setting is and applies that to the volume mixer. Did it do it again? Alright, hold on. Sorry, guys. Y'all can tone it down a teensy bit. Oh yeah, let me turn off the Mario Maker thing as well. Hold up. PP equals polar bursty. Exactly. Goodbye, Mario Maker. Peek, peek, you're drunk. This is a lot of dudes. Hey RT, thank you for the host. How are you doing? Gotta get a workbench and get all my mats back here. I'm just dumping materials into these dudes. Jiminy Christmas. You all done now? Can we calm down for a minute? No, we're not done. Holy shit. I think the best way to tell whether auto host is what's running or not is if Twitch alerts pops up, then I manually did /host, otherwise it's auto host. Alright. I made that picture for me. Flarewing did the avatar forever ago. Yeah, sure. Let's go back to the bench. Can you guys hear me okay? I feel like I'm having audio issues with Dead Space 3 lately. It was pretty loud last time I was playing. Put the mic closer to my face. Also, try really hard not to mumble. Yeah, Sashi was talking about playing Danganronpa. Really sounds like a game series I should play at some point. It does sound fun. I'll do 5 of each. This seems fine. So either I used fewer bullets than I thought I used, or those enemies dropped a lot of loot that replaced what I was using. Sounds fine. Okay, looking out. Yeah. Acoustic metal band called Impaled Northern Moon Forest? That's pretty cool. Is it like a crucified alien person? Is that what we're doing now? Yeah, he's kind of crucified looking. I mean, maybe it's just like... That's a really cool stance. Space aliens love you this much. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it would depend. The setting alone of Persona 3 isn't the big turnoff for me. And like, you know, the goofy, inappropriate shit isn't a turnoff necessarily either. I think there's a way to do that that doesn't feel icky, if that makes sense. Depends on the tone of the rest of the game. Ooh, seems like such efficient technology. Oh, howdy. These wide open spaces are so unusual for the series up to this point. Hey, thanks, buddy. Thanks for killing the big alien. We can be friends now. Are we still friends? Nope, we are no longer friends. Enemy, my enemy, all that. I know, right? Dead. We Dark Souls in this bitch. Oh, hi. Hooray! Yeah, right? How are these guys even staying alive is a really good question. I think this area really underscores how much this has become an action game instead of a horror game. You guys remember, I was actually kind of scared to play Dead Space 1 when the joke was that Yahan and Chaos Factor would upvote it every time I said Dead Space. That's cool. Someone's gonna get like Amnesia or Soma or another Silent Hill game on here at some point, and I'm really gonna hate my life. Put on the cat cam real quick, dude. Nice kitties. Aw. Get him, Ben. Ben likes to grab his face like that and then bicycle kick him in the head. Hey, be nice. Brother wrestling. Aw. Right. Alright, so now we're gonna do the other configuration, presumably. Sure. So let's move you. This. Is that right? Yeah, that might be right. And then these guys go up on the sides. Raise your dongers. I said raise your dongers. There you go. Good job. There was a bit more obvious of a you succeeded cutscene that time, it looks like. That's cool. Still not entirely sure why everyone's on board with like turning this machine off. That seems just like a fundamentally terrible idea. Nope. If I were to do Amnesia again, I'd probably play it from the beginning. Andrew and I only played it for a few hours on Halloween.
You're doing the right thing, but you are wrong, Isaac. You have to let me turn off the machine. My reinforcements have arrived with a big surprise.
Whoa, hello. That would make more sense, sir. The way they animated these guys to, like, skip some of their frames, I think, so they look more weird when they're coming at you. They're kind of freaky-deaky. Hey, Legend, how you doing? How's your Friday/Saturday? Whee! Necromorph Cialis. How the hell is Ellie alive? Are you serious? You got in the pneumatic tubes?
Let go of me! Shut up, heretic!
I mean, that was all but certain. We didn't actually see her burn to death, so her still being alive was a guarantee.
And when you get there, I'll be waiting.
Yeah, we know that the machine is bad because the aliens built it to keep the necromorphs from converging into the moon in the sky. So we know that's a thing for sure. That's actually already the answer, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. If you didn't die on screen, you're not dead. Exactly. Ow. No, that's what I'm saying. The machine is keeping the necromorphs from converging in the moon, so we want to keep it turned on. We don't want to turn it off. Despite... Isaac earlier being obsessed with that because he still has crazy marker stuff in his head. I perceive that much. I was under the impression that the protagonists were also trying to turn it off. They were confused as to its purpose. They're now informed, so maybe they know better. Oh, I misspoke. It doesn't work as well as I'd like it to. Hello. Anybody else out here? I guess I haven't tried using kinesis on like human enemies. I'm curious if that makes them like you can like, rip out their body parts the way you can with the necromorphs when you're standing on one of those platforms.
Okay, now what?
Hey.
3 receptacles, 3 statues, 3 markings. What's the final step?
I'm trying to remember that. Chevron, upside down roller coaster ride with 2 people. And right side up roller coaster ride with 2 people. Where are we going? Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's actually fairly reasonable. I think that guy was a suicide grenadier, I guess. He is a suicide grenadier. Interesting. They're getting pretty desperate. Alright, so Chevron. Go wherever you're shouting them. Come on. Come here, buddy. I think they would be smarter to like wait to show that they have a grenade until they're right on top of me. But then the game wouldn't be fun. So. We good? We good? I think we're good. Yeah, I know, right, Propagable? You see the developer argument for that all the time, that it requires so much extra effort for them to add multiple models. But it is kind of frustrating when devs make the effort. We saw this in Outlast as well. Like, there was actually a female patience wing in Outlast, and there were no female patients in there. They had already defined all the enemies a certain way. Can I pick that up without... Okay, carry this guy. Solving puzzles. Solving puzzles, girl. Go. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay, I have to remember the answer because it's right there. Perfect. You go in here. Where's upside down 2-person roller coaster? Whoa, where the hell did you go? Okay. I'm not gonna question that one. That was pretty interesting. Nice. Oh, do they explain it in the DLC, DPs? Did they add any in the DLC? Read message. What we got going on?
Well, gone and busted my knee open. I suppose the codex is...
That's super quiet now. Hold on. Oops. Voices probably should be maxed out regardless.
You
It
had
sounds-
hands by now, and this place is about to be buried, like everywhere else. I remember telling my college professor I wanted to study.
Right, they got
xenoarchaeology.
criticism for that.
He laughed right in my face. There's nothing to study, he said.
You're wrong about that.
It's all dead space.
Hey, he said the
Life
thing.
exists out in the universe. In a way, I guess.
Title drop.
There is no life beyond our system. Only a trail of extinction wrought by the moons. And now, it's right on our doorstep. Well, above us lies the means of turning off the machine, but also the means to complete it. Turning it off will finish our species.
Are they gonna give me a choice?
I had hoped to be here to witness the saving part. It would have been spectacular to witness the moon getting pulled into the planet and crushed to oblivion. A final act by the natives. A sacrifice to save us all. But now, I must rest. Perhaps Tim will be along soon with the Codex.
That's what you get for relying on Tim. Huh. That journal entry felt a teensy bit on the nose. Like they're trying to make it clear to us that, oh, when you finish the machine, we're gonna crash the moon into the planet. That's cool. I guess I don't know how else they could have conveyed that information to us without having this doctor guy like say it outright. Ah, gotcha. Outlast could still go on for subblock, or oh shit, the DLC, or in the voting spreadsheet in general. Entirely sure. There must be a pattern here, right? Okay, there is a tell before it happens. That's good. Oh, well, shit. Really? God. Not gonna take credit for that one. That was goofy. Alright, let me, just in case I didn't get credit for reading this audio log, not that it matters.
Well, John busted my knee. Close the Codex in my had hand by now.
Alright, so they teach you the tell when you first come up here. That's good to know. What these ultra dangerous systems? Oh god, can you make it? God damn it. Ugh. You gotta be joking me. Game. Jiminy Christmas. Jeez. Right. That was not hitbox porn. There we go. Come on. Yeah, okay. Or the timing could suck there. Ugh. I know it's gonna play out exactly the same way. As soon as it's out of my way, yep. I refresh those. Okay. I can in fact refresh the stasis. Looks like it stops once you cross this threshold since you can't avoid it anymore. That's good. No! Well, kind of. I guess. Maybe not all the way. I wonder how much damage that does on the highest difficulty of that puzzle. Whoa. Where the hell are we? Hey, it's my co-op buddy. Hanging out. Went for some stasis packs in there, but that's cool. What's up, Rosif? He looks pretty cool.
Ellie! Isaac, don't do it. Don't
Okay,
listen to
of
him.
course.
Give me the Codex and you can have her back.
No! Isaac, you know what's at stake.
Okay, everybody calm down, okay? Danik, give me the Codex or I will kill her! No!
Right. exactly
What are you
propagate
doing?
wall.
You got a second chance.
If he turns off the machine, we're all dead. Her? Us? Everyone.
Don't let it all go dark, Isaac. There's more than one kind of right. No!
Why would you do that? Why? No! There isn't more than one kind of right in this circumstance. Extinction of everyone, including Ellie. That's what we like to call a plot lubricant character, like when you have an NPC or a party member in a tabletop RPG that does the really stupid thing so that the plot can move on. I'll often play that role when I'm not DMing. I'll be like the barbarian that knocks the door down while the party's being excessively cautious. It's like, let's just move this story along, guys. Right, Propagable?
When I finish this, it's all going down. Everything. You have to go.
Okay, so
You two get out of here.
why were we
Tell them what we found.
putting the Rosetta alien body together in the first place if the only thing that could happen was this? Like,
I'm the marker killer, remember?
I guess we could complete the machine.
I turned my back on the world because I was afraid of what needed to be done. Ellie, I'm not afraid anymore.
So at least they didn't
There's a shuttle
kiss.
over there. I want you to take it and head for home.
Alright, Isaac had best sacrifice himself at the end of this game. That would be perfect. No, there it is. Alright. Yeah, it wasn't me who did it, right? It was
Don't come back for
the
me.
buddy character.
We both know I'm not going home. Go!
Neither is the other guy. Other guy doesn't get to go home either, but he doesn't say anything about it. We just assume that he's pretty chill about the whole sacrificing his life thing. Well, that sucks.
Oh shit! Damn, this whole thing's coming apart behind us.
Whee! Convergence vortex. Whoa, we're going into the supermoon. That's pretty cool. Gotta admit.
Carver, I see the machine. We have to get it before the moon does. Copy that. I'll meet you there.
It's a really cool visual image of the Cthulhu moon up in the distance. I like that. The moon is absorbing the machine, which is going to let it eat all the other necromorphs that are currently on the planet. And then presumably, they said something like all the necromorphs in the universe are going to be attracted to the moon. But I don't really picture like this rapture event of necromorphs on Earth, you know, flying upward toward it. So there must be something else going on there. I think that's got stasis in it. Don't do that. What are you doing? Oh, I see. Hey dude, calm it down. I got shit to do over here. Hooray! Goodbye, Moon Men. Someone can add the DLC onto the voting spreadsheet if they like, or put it on for sublot, but don't have a plan to do it for now. Whee! Now these devices are much more dangerous. Ouch. Whoa, did I like bump into the rock wall there, I guess? Yeah, it's the opposite of FF8 exactly, Chaos. Instead of the lunar cry, it's the lunar, lunar bath time? I don't know. Lunar ocular rinse. And maybe it's best to just not shoot them. They can like reach down and try to grab you, but shooting them makes it fire those little projectiles at you that are harder to dodge. Oh. Lunar eye wash station. We'll be doing Persona 3 when we beat Dead Space 3. We'll also be opening up the vote for the next short game. I think... Let's see, last time we did a short game, it terminated the following day at the end of stream, so... This time it will terminate 4 hours after the end of stream, so we'll go with 9 o'clock Pacific is when the next short game vote will be decided. No auction tonight. This is going to be Darkstar's slot. We already won an auction for it. Persona 4 Golden's going to go on there, and we'll get an auction next time, depending on which game wins. What's up? Should have brought more med packs with me, man. Hey, speak of the devil. We'll see. There's a lot of sphere points sitting out there. Really? What am I missing? Oh, that's what I'm missing. The cable was meant to be conveyance to draw my attention over there. Running. That's correct. We won't be doing short game slots for a while as they're about to get pretty unbalanced. Hey, lighting is conveyance now. Hey, and look, there's a workbench. I mean, we've got things to do, but we got time to go shopping, right? Alright, let's just go ham over here. I'm sure it's going to be fine, but let's not risk it. Yeah, just in case you didn't have anything at the workbench, they're making sure you're stocked up here. A short game means shorter than 30 hours long. So that would be fine. Oh no! This mask is all busted. Get it, dude! Oh, this is pretty cool. This is a neat sequence. So, the evil moon pretty much just has to eat the machine, and then it's good to go. This is a really cool flying sequence. These are fun. The gameplay is kind of simple, but it looks cool. It's a spectacle approach. Practicing flying through these things for days. Nice landing. I wonder what this thing's weak point is. Got Cthulhu over here.
You can't have this.
We gotta kill that thing? There's not enough ammo in the world!
Sweet.
We'll have to make some up. Look, There's markers floating all around me. I can use this TK charging plate and throw them as weapons.
That's pretty cool, actually. Markers. Gotta find another one though. There's one. That's pretty cool. I kind of wish that they didn't tell you what to do though, right? That would have been fun to figure out. This game's a little bit more handholdy than the other ones, just in general. Ow, dude. Don't be such a dick. Where are your other eyeballs at, buddy?
Watch out! It's throwing giant chunks of rock at you! I see it, I see it!
Come on, show me your eyeballs. Show me your eyeballs. It's kind of poetic, right?
Isaac! It's pulling you in! Shoot the tentacles off before it eats you! Son of a bitch!
Can I not use that for that purpose? No, I guess not. Please don't eat me, Platoon. Yay! I like having to use the markers in the end game. That's pretty clever. Now the markers are my friend. I wonder who thought of that. They've got a convenient little X beneath them so you can see where you're aiming. Kamoon. Yeah. Calm it down, guys. Yeah, you're really fast. It's super spooky. Too spooky. Where are your other eyeballs at, man? Show me your eyeballs. What if I could break these things? I don't think we can, though. I guess you can pop them open early, so you're not fighting multiple necromorphs at once. Got a new eyeball yet? Still waiting?
Isaac, watch out! It's doing it again! The tentacles! Shoot the tentacles!
Thank you, Carver. Where's your last eyeball, Steve? Is it the one that has the giant eyeball searchlight? That would be convenient. This will be the final phase here. Where are my markers at? Hooray! 3 hits on a giant eyeball boss. What a classic fight. That's not all that dissimilar from your average Mario Brothers fight. Werewolf bar mitzvah. Spooky, scary. Boys becoming men. Men becoming wolves. Oh, cool. Can I rip that off?
Carver! Carver! Just hang on! I'm gonna have to pull you through.
That's cool. I wonder if when you do co-op, if you're in different places here. It sounds like they're implying Carver was supposed to be on that thing the whole time. Goma Prime. Yeah, right, Chaos Vector. Isaac's just Link. Older Link. What's up, dog? Wouldn't that be a great place to die? You're just climbing a ledge, you don't press A enough.
So this is it, huh? We use that codex.
Yeah.
No more bullshit. We die here, now.
But Earth?
You looking to build one, Buckin?
Tomorrow.
Building a computer is not as hard as it seems. It's Lego for grown-ups. You can look at some YouTube tutorials. Go to logicalincrements.com or PC Part Picker. Find something good within your budget. It's very hard to... You kind of have to know what you're doing to screw it up, with a couple exceptions. I guess you could screw up the CPU if you're not careful, but the rest of it's pretty straightforward. I love self-sacrifice endings, and I hate stories that have a really nice, elegant self-sacrifice ending and then arbitrarily save the protagonist or resurrect the protagonist. It's the worst. I'm not going to list a bunch of them because it would be spoilers for those different properties, but I can think of several where I just roll my eyes. Gotta have a happy ending. Lego is still for grown-ups, exactly. Maybe I'll rephrase it. Legos that you might not let a 6-year-old play with.
Isaac?
Oh no,
Isaac.
spoiler brewski. Yeah, that's
Are
the
you
one
there?
thing that can go wrong, is bending the pins.
Kava? Isaac? You're gone, aren't you?
Yes, he's gone forever. He'd better be gone. Gosh darn it.
The
No!
Mark signal has gone too.
Okay, good.
Isaac, you did it.
Blew up the moon.
You really did it.
Right, Propagable. I don't necessarily want all of my endings to be sad. I just don't like when a character sacrifices themselves and then gets rescued. Like, every story doesn't require a sacrifice ending. But the ones that include it, it's a bummer when there ends up being no consequences for it. Especially when the story is building up to it the whole time. Yeah, I've got one of those Hyper 212 Evos heatsinks, and they're stressful to install. It's not a big deal. You're not really likely to break anything, but it doesn't feel like that thing should be able to be attached to the motherboard. We haven't gotten to Mass Effect 3 yet, so we won't talk about that one. That's pretty sweet looking, man. Giant Cthulhu moon, Kamoon. Yay! So when do we end the split? We'll end the split after the credits are over. I like Dead Space 3. It had a lot of cool set pieces. The combat was improved. I like the crafting system. The visuals were obviously the best in the series. I think as much as I enjoyed Dead Space 2, I don't think I liked that Isaac was talking in either of the games. There was a potential for them to address that in the story, like deal with the whole hallucination things that he's having in Dead Space 2 and explain what's going on. And if I were to cut one thing out of Dead Space 3, it would probably be the goofy, like, romance love triangle thing with Ellie, douchebag, and Isaac. It felt out of place and didn't really add anything. But it didn't kill it. I thought that was a satisfying, cathartic ending to Isaac's story. It feels kind of extreme. Like I doubt we've actually wiped out all the necromorphs in the galaxy. Something else would be crazy. I got up to 200 fighting Lawrence and Bloodborne. I don't think there's any games on the voting spreadsheet right now that would prompt me to use the heart rate monitor for a while. Maybe like Salt and Sanctuary if that gets back on Sublock. Dead Space 1 shops. Yeah, no, thank you for championing these, Yahan and Chaos Factory and everyone else who voted for the Dead Space games. They're really good. The things I like a lot about the series, the first game I think nailed the atmosphere that they were trying to go for. Having the necromorphs be something that you have to amputate, like mechanically the game is really, really cool. And the first two games kind of got the action first, horror second feel down, with the third game being much more action focused. The lore in this universe is super cool, and I'm kind of bummed to see that it might be over. It might be fun to set another game in the Dead Space universe that doesn't have anything to do with necromorphs. It's some other bullshit that some new character has to deal with. But I don't know if Visceral has come out saying that they're not interested in continuing the series. But the lore in this universe, independent of the necromorphs, is so cool. I'm tempted to like do a tabletop RPG in this setting. But yeah, good looking out to the folks that got these games on here. I don't think I ever would have played Dead Space if it hadn't have been for Twitch, and I don't think I would have realized how much I dug it, even if someone had me play like the first game. It stuck with me really well. Yeah, go for it, Propagable. Now that we're done with the series, tell me anything that I missed about Dead Space, something cool about the lore that I might have picked up on. Yeah, thanks for sharing them. They were really rad. It's a nice, like, I think that the duration of each of the titles is about right for the kind of game they're trying to do, right? If they were much longer, I don't think it would have been as fun. This one had a bunch of really cool puzzles, too. I think it had the best puzzles in the series. Yeah, if you save up the strip points, you're welcome to win an auction and throw it on there, Buckin. What is Visceral the company that made this game? Are they up to anything nowadays? Or is it... They've always been an EA joint, right? Dead Space 1 was also EA. I'm curious to hear what other projects they have, if any, if they're still around. Yeah, I've heard good things about Fear. I know nothing about it other than the title and that it's critically acclaimed. Oh, Steve Bloom was in this somewhere. It's a Grunt from Mass Effect, Spike from Cowboy Bebop, and he's in everything. Take the opportunity to plug the I Know That Voice documentary again. Yeah, they said that in the first game, Propagable. The idea was that they keep living, and what you're doing by taking off their limbs is just getting them to stop attacking you. There were a couple times where that felt a little bit more evident. Like we were talking about, what if you had it so all the necromorphs just kept twitching on the ground forever after you took them down? I'm guessing that mechanically they ruled that out because it would be frustrating for you as the player to not know if something's dead or not and waste a lot of ammo or stomps or whatever trying to take it out. But that's the coolest idea in the world to me. That's the zombie design in this series is fantastic. It's such a cool twist on what we're usually used to, and it makes sense. Yeah, once we beat Persona 3, I'm going to be instituting the vote scaling system, and we're going to be switching... right now we're using the combined category on how long to beat, and I'm going to be switching that to main story, which is going to flip a ton of those games in the long category over the short category. We tend to beat games faster than the main story category on how long to beat anyway. As you can see in the top right there, we came in about a little under 2 hours ahead of time on Dead Space 3. And that's, I think combined is even higher than that. So, a couple games have been the exception. I think it took us about as long to beat Xenoblade Chronicles and like Mass Effect 2. But I think I did everything in Mass Effect 2, including all the DLC. Yeah, have patience. It'll come back eventually. I think playing... So when I originally decided to use the combined category and how long to beat to determine the length of games, I was under the assumption that since I'm playing most of these games blind and doing it on Twitch when I'm distracted, that would make me take more time to complete titles, but I think having Twitch to like keep me from running around in a circle for too long is more of a boon than a hindrance. FF6 Advance is a good port if you install fixes, like patches for a True Dauber. So I would not play it without getting the color fix. The problem was that the Game Boy Advance, outside of the SP, it wasn't backlit, so in order to make the game even visible, since FF6 is a pretty dark palette, they upped the saturation to a ridiculous level, and if you play it on a modern emulator's screen, it looks pretty awful. But you can get a color fix. The sound chip on the GBA is also worse than the Super Nintendo, so there's another sound fix. There's another patch you can get that restores the SNES sound. But if I think you get the SNES sound patch and the color fix, then it's strictly better than the Super Nintendo version. The new translation is much better than the original. It adds some new features. There's some extra endgame bosses. So I'd go with GBA if you're willing to patch it. Oh, you should totally play FF6. I've been bummed. I've been tuning in for Galactic Kodiak's playthrough, and I think he's kind of dead set on not liking it. But it's my favorite Final Fantasy in the series. I like the ensemble cast. I like the way the game progresses in like 3 different acts. It's got a cool message too. It's good. PS1 FF6 is pretty close to the original release. It has a loading screen problem, so I would stay away from it for that reason. Super Nintendo doesn't have any loading screens, neither does the GBA, but there's a lot of awkward loads when battles pop up and stuff if you play on PS1. Yeah. Oh, you should totally stream it. I think people are hungry to consume blind playthroughs of Final Fantasy VI. It's one of those games that you assume that anyone who's a fan of the series has played it. That's a smart way to do it, Spiky, because I think Tactics Advance came out after the SP was pretty standard in the install base. The FF6 remake might have been a little bit earlier, I'm not sure. Is the Steam version does it have the weird mobile art style instead of having the original sprite art? That would be enough to push me over. I really, really like the Super Nintendo art style, and I think it's timeless. The thing that they did for the Android version is kind of yucky looking. Oh yeah, you're missing out, Yahan. Oh really? The FF6 remake was toward the end. My bad. So they had no excuse. Wow. GBA was a super solid system, with the exception of the sound chip not being as good as the Super Nintendo's. It was basically a portable Super Nintendo. That's my favorite console of all time. This song is sweet, by the way. Most of the Dead Space music hasn't really stood out for me, but this is really, really good. I need to see if I can find that. There's a couple really good songs in Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2 both have just baller soundtracks. One leading up to the credits is one of my favorites in 2. It's the end run. Oh, that'd be nice, True Dauber, if someone does a mod. Yeah. Right, Prophet Gable. I gotta go back now and figure out how many hours I've played Super Mario Maker. I have, they're unlisted, but I do have all my Mario Maker videos on YouTube. But they're usually part of like a free play day, so it wasn't just Mario Maker. I can't just look at the duration. So I'll have to dive into each video and add up the hours.
Ellie?
God damn it.
Ellie.
It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Fine. Whatever. You can do a post-credits implication that maybe he lived. Okay, Plus has been unlocked. Dead Space Legends suit set. +3 CLP circuit available on the bench. Alright, we'll be back in a few minutes with Persona 3, guys. Give me a few here.